What's up, guys? It's Max with Screaming Cinema. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing my horror Criterion sale pickup recommendations. As you can see, I got a pretty nice stack of horror and horror adjacent films I want to share with you. Just review why I got them and recommend them for the upcoming Criterion sale here in July. So let's get to it right away. First up, we have Silence of the Lambs. This is a awesome release. Scan looks incredible. Lots of great film grain on the inside for the packaging. Have a really cool booklet, as well as just really cool killer artwork on the back there. So this is one of my favorite movies of all time, and very happy it got a release like this. So that is Silence of the Lambs. Next up, we have Night of the Living Dead. This was the first Criterion I bought. I actually just started getting into collecting about 4 years ago with this label. So awesome release. I'm sure you're aware there's been tons and tons of releases out there before, and this one with the 4K scan is definitely the ultimate release. Also has a work print of the film, as well as 16mm dailies, tons of special features, conversations. My personal favorite feature on this is a conversation between Frank Darabont, Guillermo del Toro, and Robert Rodriguez, kind of talking about their relationship with the film. But like how they went with this way with the black and white and some really cool artwork. It also comes with a nice poster here, which I can show you. And it has an essay on the back as well. So that is Night of the Living Dead from 1968. The first Criterion movie I actually picked up, which is kind of crazy. It took me so long to get into their label. Next up, we have David Cronenberg's Videodrome. This is one of my favorite releases just for how it looks. Really cool release. It's got a director approved special edition features in the transfer, which is cool. On the side here, it looks like it's a home videotape that you wrote on. And when you get in here, it's actually a beta, Long Live the Flesh. And on the inside, same thing, have a Criterion logo, and it looks like a tape. And we have a nice, pretty big booklet in here too, with some interviews and conversations about the film. It's body horror. It's definitely not for everyone, but it's a really cool movie. Next up, we have Don't Look Now. This is from 1973. Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie. I think if you've seen this movie, you know, but if you haven't, it's opens up with a very horrific scene and then becomes a bit of like a European kind of I don't even know how to say it. It's like not a detective film, but a little bit of a procedural where things start to go wrong for the family on a vacation, and then it finishes with quite a crazy finale. And on the inside, take the disc out here with cool poster. I believe that's Venice. Yep, there you go. It's Venice. So nice release for sure. Moving on to Brian De Palma's Dressed to Kill. This is one I hadn't seen when it came out or caught up with it at all. It's from 1980, but I actually watched it once I got this Blu-ray, and it's a bonkers movie, but I really enjoy it. It's got a new 4K digital transfer, and it actually has Brian De Palma's unrated version, which is his preferred version. But it's a conversation between De Palma and Noah Baumbach. There's interviews, there's just tons and tons of stuff, including a making of Dressed to Kill, a 2001 documentary. So that is Dressed to Kill. See on the inside here, another one that comes with it's not a poster booklet, it's like a kind of fold out that has some artwork on it. So a nice release. Moving on to Funny Games. probably see this is still in its packaging, and I haven't opened it, but I have seen the movie, and I have really, how do we say, enjoyed it as much as you can. But I think it's a release that every horror fan has to own in the Criterion collection. This is the 1997 Funny Games, which has a new 2K restoration that was supervised by the director. So that's Funny Games. Next up, this isn't straight horror. It's a Norwegian Swedish film, and it's called Insomnia. It stars Stellan Skarsgård. It's about a detective who's investigating and looking into the death of a teenage girl. It's kind of it's hard to explain, but things kind of start to go wrong for him, and he starts, maybe having some foggy memories. But it's a cool film with the interesting twist at the end of it. I like this kind of white that they go with. You don't usually see this a lot, but really kind of muted tones. And this is actually, if you look closely, a picture of Stellan Skarsgård. So I like how they worked with it, especially since the kind of biggest scene is in the fog. So it's a cool takeaway there. Next up, we have Mulholland Drive from David Lynch. I know for people, David Lynch is either, usually you love him or hate him. This is kind of his most straightforward movie. So if you have checked out Lynch before and haven't enjoyed it, this is probably going to be your best bet of finding one that you would like. On the inside, kind of cool what they did. It's literally just, it looks like there'd be multiple discs, but they just kind of wanted to highlight a few of the scenes on it. And then we open here to get the disc, and it comes with another nice booklet, which is cool. I think all of David Lynch's releases come with a booklet. It has some interviews from him. So package that back up, nice digibook. And as for features on this one, there is 4K digital transfer supervised by David Lynch. Have new interviews, deleted scenes, on-set footage. So as always with Criterion, tons of special features. Next up, we have Pan's Labyrinth. This is available individually like this release, but there's also Guillermo del Toro's trilogy, where we have there's three kind of horror adjacent or horror films in a nice box set. But I decided to pick up Pan's Labyrinth on its own. Got a new 2K master that was supervised by Guillermo del Toro. Got a 5.1 as well as a 7.1 track, which is great. Commentary, again, tons of special features. I like this artwork on the inside. It's definitely not what you would expect based on the outside of it, but it's cool. And we have another nice booklet in there. Moving on, I would say this one is horror adjacent, obviously more of a drama, but this is Personal Shopper from 2016 with Kristen Stewart. It's got a 2K transfer that was supervised by the director of photography and approved by the director. Doesn't have a ton of features on this one. We have an interview, Cannes Film Festival press conference, theatrical trailer, and an essay. But on the inside, there's the disc there. Moving on, last couple here. Another David Lynch film. This is The Elephant Man with a very young Anthony Hopkins. Not necessarily a horror movie either, but it is horrific and kind of in that line. You can see the inside of the disc here. So great performance by Anthony Hopkins in this one, and a really moving film. John Hurt's performance is, definitely very emotional. So this is a good pickup. Rebecca from Alfred Hitchcock. I also have Notorious, but I didn't include that as it's not necessarily a horror film, but anything picking up a Hitchcock in the Criterion collection, you can't go wrong with. Rebecca, I saw it for the first time on this disc as well, and was immediately moved to kind of one of my favorite underseen Hitchcock films. So It did win an Academy Award as well, and it's a cool release. Has a 2 Blu-ray discs, 4K digital transformation with a mono soundtrack, audio commentary, and just kind of full of features. So showing the inside here, it has the stacked discs on that side, and then we get a booklet inside. And wrapping up with the last release here, this is Cat People from Jacques Tourneur, produced by Val Lewton. Thing I like about this film, honestly, is it has a, let me see what it's called. It's called Val Lewton, The Man in the Shadows, a 2008 feature-length documentary that explores the life and career of the legendary Hollywood producer. That is worth the pickup alone. Obviously, if you haven't seen Cat People, this is the best way to see it. But that documentary on Val Lewton is just incredible. I actually watched that before I watched the film, and obviously, the film itself is from 1942. It's 73 minutes, RKO Pictures film, and a really good one. I didn't care for the sequel as much, but the original is definitely the one to own. So that's Cat People, and that wraps up my Criterion horror stack recommendation.